Hi, you guys. Happy Monday. I hope everyone is having a great day. You guys, so it's been, I had my microneedling last Wednesday, so it's been like 5 days, and my skin is already like much smoother, but it's still a little, there's still some areas where it's a little bit more dry, like right here, it's a little bit scabby still. So after a couple days, I'll be able to exfoliate that off. So I guess on Wednesday, I can exfoliate all of that off, and then it'll be much, much better. And then over the next couple weeks, you'll see a huge improvement. So I love the microneedling. So if you can get into your esthetician or whoever, and so microneedling is where they basically take like a little thing that has like, it has like 36 needles on it, right? And this was the radio frequency. So it's like, it uses heat, and what it does is it basically takes these 36 teeny tiny needles and like stabs you all over your skin, right? So the microneedling is where it just goes in super deep and kind of like exfoliates from underneath. So it's like a controlled damage to the skin. And then whenever your skin is damaged, what your body does, because that's what we do as you know, humans, is our body like races to the scene of the crime, I like to call it, and it goes to heal that area, right? Which is like when we cut ourselves, our body immediately goes to heal that area. So it sends the appropriate, like in this case, it sends like the collagen and the elastin, and it rushes all of that to the scene of the crime to fix it. So it's basically just like damaging the skin so that it can give it all fresh, new, clean stuff. So, but then I also got the CO2 laser, which is the cool peel. And so it's like a laser, and then it burns your skin. And so that was on Wednesday. And so then, after a couple days, it heals and then just makes everything better. So anyway, and it helps to eliminate these dark areas, like these melasma, sunspots, age spots, things like that. And so what it'll do is so it's a 3 series thing. So you do this, and then after like 6 or 8 weeks, I'll go and do it again. And then another 6 or 8 weeks, I'll do it again. So it's in 3 series, and then you do that. And then going forward, you do it like once a year, and it just helps to get rid, like it breaks up this stuff. So I did the microneedling last year, and this got much lighter. So I'll have to post before and after pictures. But anyways, let's do some makeup. I want to show you guys a really simple way to get a full face of makeup in like literally the easiest way possible. So I'm just going to show you super, super, super fast. Summer Joy. Oh, hi! Okay, so I have put on my SPF, right? And I use my SPF as primer. So look, I want to show you guys how easy this is just because it looks so crazy. So here's the quickest, easiest way I can show you this. I'm going to use my finger just to kind of show you with my hand where I apply this. So this is my contour shade, and this is called Astoria. So this is cream makeup. And by the way, if you want to get a free color match, just comment match or text me. Let me pin this real quick. Pin, comment. Okay, so contour is basically like a cool gray ashy tone that we want to use to mimic shadows. So when I color match you, I will match you to your perfect shades based on your skin tone, your age, your face shape, all of those things. And contour is basically just enhancing shadows and helping to create shape on our face. Now, because this is a cream makeup, it is very, very forgiving. It's easy to use, and it will melt into your skin like butter. So it's not like your liquid foundation where you like paint it on. This is very much melty. So where I take this kind of here, this is just helping to create the dimension on our face, right? So you see how it's not like super perfect. It's just kind of slapped on a little bit, and you can use more or less depending on how much coverage you want. So this is my contour shade. Okay, so contour is going to create those. I got a call. So the contour is going to create those cheekbones that the Lord forgot to give me, and I'm going to make that really teeny tiny white bright line right there to help enhance my nose a little bit. Not that my nose is really big, but It's just to provide structure. So that's my contour shade, right? Super, super easy. So when I color match you and you get your palette, it is really easy just to determine, like, once you put everything on and figure out where it goes, you're like, oh, okay, this makes sense. So that's the darkest shade. Now let's go to the lightest shade. The lightest shade is a brightening highlight. You might know this as like concealer. And this just goes kind of in the inner corners. Ooh, I got a fuzzy. Right here in the inner corners, and this is going to create brightness. So this is just to kind of add more dimension to our face. So where you have the dark, now we're adding the light. And so we have dark here, light here. See how it's just that, like it's called a brightening highlight. So this is our brightening highlight or our concealer. So my contour, my brightening highlight. And then everywhere else, we're going to put a foundation shade or a main highlight shade. This is your main color. Now I want to show you. So this is what the cream makeup looks like. It's not wet. It's not a wet product. This is not like a wet, like drippy cream. But I do want to show you how dark these shades look online and in the pan. And then when you add them to your skin, they look a little bit dark. And you're like, oh my gosh, Mackenzie is crazy. Why is she color matching me to this? And then when you blend it into your skin, you'll see that it just creates this really beautiful kind of sheared finish. So you see how it looks a little bit dark? So when I blend this, you're going to see why it looks dark. Your cream foundation color, so these colors that I match you to, should always look a little bit darker than your skin because they blend out sheer. That is not the same for liquid foundation. Liquid foundation is a little bit different. So now I'm going to use my blush and bronzer brush, this one right here. You can even use like a buff brush if you like fuller coverage. This one's more dense. So less fluffy means denser coverage, like a more full coverage. Or the 3D brush, which is kind of, where'd it go? Kind of the same as the blush and bronzer brush, but a tad bit more dense. So I'm going to use my blush and bronzer brush, and I'm going to start with the lightest shades and just kind of tap all the colors in together. So a lot of people might say, but wait, you're using one brush. Doesn't everything run together? Girl, no, it just doesn't. It's fine. It's fine. It's not wet like paint. So it's not going to just all blend together all willy-nilly. And you see how I'm just kind of tapping this in right where it goes. I'm not dragging the colors across my face. Hold on, I think my... Amanda, no problem. I'll send the color match form over to you so we can do a skin analysis and I'll get you matched for makeup. My thing was frozen. Hold on. I just shaved my hair, so I have to do my makeup every day. Oh my gosh, you did? That's so cool. Is there a reason? Like, did you shave it for a certain reason or? I was watching this woman on Instagram and she had shaved her head just for no other reason than because she just wanted a bald head and it was gorgeous. And I envy those women so much. Thanks, Nicole. I'll get that color match form sent over to you right away. I forgot to text you when I do my makeup, Kim. Okay, so see how I'm just kind of tapping this in? You just tap your makeup in and see how I'm not I'm not mashing this into my face. I'm just kind of tapping this all over. Look. It just blends in. And I know, just to let go of some things in life and have a fresh start. Yes, girl, yes. I love that so much. You know, I think that's really interesting because every time I would break up with a guy, like when I was younger, I would go and get like this massive haircut. And I always hated it, but I was like, I need to get rid of it. Like it was just something that I did. It was crazy. That is so cool. Good for you. Okay, so this scary contour that everyone's like terrified of, look how I'm just tapping it in. I'm just doing little strokes like this, and then I lightly feather up. Just blend it up to Jesus. This is what I mean. Blend it up to Jesus. But I'm not mashing and like pulling the makeup. Just tapping and lightly sweeping up. And I just want to show you. See that super, super dark color? And we're like, oh my gosh, it's so dark. What are we going to do? It's actually not that dark. See what I mean? So you see how where I have the brightening highlight and look at the brightness here. And you see where I have this orangey kind of dark foundation, but look how it blends into the skin. And you see where I have that super scary contour, and look how it just blends in to create a cheekbone. The Lord forgot my cheekbones. Okay, so same thing on this side. And for this, when I get into these little corners, I just squeeze my brush. See, I just squeeze it like that and just tap. This makeup will melt into your skin. This is not like liquid foundation. Do you include a shadow color in your palette? Just starting the hunt for a fresh look. Yes, when I do color matching, I prefer to match with everything. So like lip and cheek colors and eyeshadows, just because the colors online can be really deceiving. Like some of these colors, they look crazy, but I'll show you, like, they're not as crazy as they look. And so I like to recommend them based on what I know these colors to look like in person. And also another reason I like to is because a lot of people think that, like, if you have blue eyes, you have to wear like orange eyeshadow or whatever. Like, you can wear whatever you want. And so I like to use my knowledge and experience with makeup to kind of put together some combos for you. But obviously you want to match to eyeshadows that complement the eyes, but also like do whatever you want. Because I always say your confidence walks into a room before your makeup does. So if you're wearing a color that does not complement your eyes, but your head is held high because you feel beautiful, that's literally all that matters. That's all people see first. They don't care about, oh my God, her eyeshadow doesn't complement her eyes. You know what I mean? So that's what I think is the most important. So yes, I do match to that. So when you comment match, or when you text me and say, hey, I want a color match, I send you a link to my color match form. And on the form, it asks you for your phone number and your email address. So I have somewhere to send your color match. And then it asks you to upload a picture. So you just stand in front of a window, take a picture. I look at your face shape. I look at your eye color, the root of your hair, the color of your brows, how old you are, because if you have more mature skin or more texture, lines, wrinkles, things like that, I'm going to make sure that you get shaded up. And if you're someone with like super fair skin with a lot of freckles, I'm going to recommend that. I'm probably going to add a message that says, hey, you might want to try bronzer all over, because bronzer is great for freckles and looks gorgeous. So anyways, those are the things that I like to do. And then once we connect and we text, then when you text me back, then we have a conversation, and then I send you like a shopping list, and I say, hey, here's all the stuff. And it might be out of your budget, like $200-$300, whatever, however much it is. But you don't have to buy all those things. You just take what you want based on my recommendations and add them to your cart. If you don't want contour, if you don't want concealer, if you don't want the lip and cheek shade, like, you just don't add them. It's just me recommending like a little bit of every category, and then you choose how you want to build your palette based on your budget, your preferences, your makeup style, everything. And then of course, like I said, just text me and be like, hey, do I really need this? Or, I can, this is my budget. What should I get now? And what could I probably save till later? And that's what you'll find different about Seint, is that it's so customizable. It'll match your budget, your style, your preferences. And we are not doing the thing anymore where we're trying to keep up with the trends, because the only trend that matters is the one that makes you feel beautiful. And even if that means that you're the only one that does it and you're creating your own trend, this makeup does that. And that's why I will stand behind this makeup until the end of time. I love that you stick to Seint and not diverse to competing makeup. You know what? I'm really glad you said that, and thank you. I see a lot of Seint artists and they're like using different makeups. I'm like, Seint is my favorite. It's the best. And I'm like, and then the other one? Like I get the lippies, because Seint's lip and cheek colors are great, but they're not long lasting because we use very few ingredients. And so although I really love carrying like one of those really small palettes and just put like 3 or 4 shades in it and just put it in my purse and just reapply, there's also other great lip colors that I like that are long lasting. So of course, and no one ever like just uses CoverGirl or just uses Maybelline, but I feel like when it comes to direct sales, like when you're making money on a product, like when you buy makeup, I earn commission, right? And so I want to make sure that if I'm selling a product, that I want to make sure that I love it. That even on the podcast, if you guys listen to the podcast, there are ads that like I don't do. Like me and Hannah, my co-host Hannah, she'll read some of the ads because I don't like the product. So she'll do the ad for it or whatever. So you will know that like I am someone who doesn't like gimmicks. I don't like to talk about things I don't like just to earn a commission. Like, the Lord will provide for me, right? The Lord will provide for me and my family. Yes, this is my job. Like, I want to sell makeup, but if I don't sell makeup to someone, like, I'm not going to sell makeup to someone just because, like, I need to earn a commission. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You won't catch me. I don't like it. I think that was the one thing that I don't like about direct sales, is that a lot of people try to, like, push it because they want to earn a commission. I'll tell you, like, I don't like the cleanser. I don't like the different things. So you'll get honesty from me. So this is this Delauder girl. Did I say that right? Delauder, is that your last name? This is the SPF that I use. It's the Alastin Skincare. This is mineral SPF, and I love this because it's tinted and it's a little bit glowy, like not crazy glowy, just the slightest amount, and it feels really, really beautiful. This is only SPF 36. The other ones that I like that are really good are they work really well as primers, are the Drunk Elephant. I love the Drunk Elephant products. Like, they leave out a bunch of ingredients that are unnecessary, and I don't earn, like, Drunk Elephant has not collaborated with me at all, but I love their products so much. So I do not get paid for the Drunk Elephant, but I do talk about it a lot because I love it. So the Drunk Elephant, it's expensive, but it's good. And the Drunk Elephant, if you've ever gone to, like, a dermatologist and they've recommended, like, the SkinCeuticals or one of those, what's the other one? Skin Better, are those medical grade skincares. The Drunk Elephant is really, really close to exactly what those are, but half the cost. So Drunk Elephant is a good happy medium. And it's not a lot of water, like the drugstore brands. Like, they're less expensive, but it's a lot of water, and I noticed they don't work as well, just my experience. And then Supergoop just came out with one that's tinted, and it's SPF 50. I can't find it up here right now. But it's SPF 50, and it's not glowy, it's more matte, but this makeup is glowy enough that I feel like it provides a really pretty finish anyway. So if that's something that I recommend, is using your SPF as primer, and, like, never not use SPF. Words are hard. Sorry. Tangent. Thank you, Patricia. You're so sweet. Okay. So I love showing you, thank you. No problem. Oh, thank you for listening to the PI stories. I literally had a whole makeup desk and now just a palette. Me too. Like, after I started selling Saint, I got rid of all my makeup, but it took me a year. I held on to it and did not touch it. And I was like, I don't want to get rid of it. It was a security blanket. And now it's just like, I have a palette. It's like, that's all I need. Hold on. Oh, Australia. Oh my gosh. Hi. We're coming to Australia at the end of this year. Did you know that? We're releasing in the UK and in Australia this year, and then Mexico at the beginning of next year, as far as I know. I need a good moisturizer. Kim, okay, if you're looking for a nighttime moisturizer, use the Saint cream. It's milk-based, and the Saint's skincare is milk-based, which means anti-aging, naturally exfoliating, all, like, the lactic acid, all of those things, right? I love the cream. Not crazy about the cleanser. It was a little gentle for me, but if you have sensitive skin, a lot of my girls go to my beauty group on Facebook. It's called Freedom in Beauty, VIP. And there's a ton of women in there, and you can ask them, like, what products do you like and which ones do you not like? And they'll tell you, like, their experience based on their skin tone or skin type or whatever. And so that's a good place to go for, like, really honest, like, reviews too. Okay, so see how and also over the last few minutes that I've been rambling, look how it's melted into my skin. So bright highlight. This is my foundation color, which looks too dark, right? It looks really, really dark. And you're like, girl, that doesn't match. When I color match you, you're going to look at the color match and be like, she's crazy. Like, she's drunk for sure. I'll have you know that I do not drink and I do not do drugs. I am not high on anything. I just know this makeup. And with cream makeup, you will find, like, it's this liquid foundation. The difference is liquid foundation has alcohols in it. So when you put the liquid on your face, it can't stay liquid, right? It has to evaporate so that it's drying, so that it stays on your face, giving you a flawless finish, right? But what you don't realize is that although you're getting a flawless finish, it's sucking all the moisture out of your skin. It's alcohol, so it's drying on your skin. And so what happens is, after a while, when you start moving, like your face does this and all these lines, right? That makeup is not moving with your skin. It's just sitting on top. And so where it's really dry, that's where you start getting those cracks and those creases. This makeup will move with your skin. So it's not going to crack and cake and crease all over your skin. So that's what makes Saint a little bit different. And a little bit about the founder. Her name is Kara Brooke. She invented this makeup when she's like 10 years old doing a science fair project. I kid you not. And so obviously over the next 25 something years, like it's obviously been improved since 5th grade. But the difference is that she decided that, like, when Sephora came to her and was like, hey, we want your makeup, she's like, all right, bet, what you got for me? And they're like, we're going to change the ingredient. We're going to change some of these ingredients and we can do it for cheaper and we can make more money. She's like, nah, dog, hard pass. I don't want to mess with my ingredients. There's only 11 ingredients. And she's like, I don't want to mess with my formula. I like how clean it is. I want to keep it, right? And Sephora's like, well, then you can't be in our stores. And she's like, all right, peace out, right? So anyways, what I love about her is that everybody says like the company, before Saint was rebranded a couple years ago, it used to be called Mascara, because her name is Kara. And so the company was called Mascara. And so they were like, well, does she have a mascara? And she's like, the only reason she hasn't created a mascara for her line is if she can't make it better or new or more like what do you call it, like ingenuity and whatever it's called. If she can't make it new or better, then like she's not going to create it. So until she comes out with the way to make mascara better than it's already been, then what's the point, right? Like she wants to make it better. She wants to make a difference for women. So I think that Tammy Jo, so I feel like it's something, I know that it's not like exact, but basically Sephora was like, hey, we want your product. And she had borrowed like $125,000 from like a family member. I think it was like her uncle. And so she's $125,000 in debt, right? And he was like, listen, I'll give you this, money and you can, create your makeup, whatever. By the way, I just used these 3 colors. These 2 colors. One is my summer shade. And when I self-tan, I'll even go darker. And this one is like an everyday, like I haven't tanned at all color. So you can have multiple shades in your palette. And then this one, no, this is a different palette. So this is my main color and then a brightening highlight and then my contour. I'll match you to all these. So anyways, so Sephora's like, listen, we want your makeup. Even I think Free People was another one. Like a lot of companies wanted this makeup, but they wanted to do it for cheaper with cheaper ingredients. And then they wanted to sell it for more. And everybody's over here going, oh, direct sales is so bad. Is it? Because Sephora wanted to cheat you out of some good ingredients just so they could make more money. So anyway, so she goes to Sephora. Sephora says, well, then we don't want your product. And she's like, all right, bet. Well, then I guess I don't know what to do. And so, oh my gosh, you're so funny. Matchy match. After the color match, how soon do we get our makeup delivered? When I color match you, usually it's the same day within a couple of hours. And then you go in and once you get your color match, you can text me and ask me questions or whatever, add to cart and check out. And the makeup is delivered in like 2 to 3 days. It's really fast. So anyway, she's like, well, I don't know what to do now. Cause now I owe my uncle like all this money and I have no idea what to do. And her sister's like, dude, why don't you like just make a direct sales thing? And she's like, ew, gross, like a pyramid scheme. I'm not doing that. And her sister's like, dude, you own the company. You can literally do whatever you want. She's like, that's a good point. So that's when she took the direct sales model and took out all the yuck. I call all the yuck, all the, she's not crazy about the direct sales model, but the fact that she took out all the parts that she thought were yucky or like really misleading, I think that she really made it her own. And I think that's what makes her kind of a badass. Like, that's why I really like her. And she's stuck to it ever since. And I think that's really cool. Oh, my husband's on. Hey, baby. So anyways, okay, foundation, concealer, contour. Now I'm going to add a little bit of blush. So with your blush, you can do this a couple ways. And I want to show you. This is like the lip and cheek color. So these double as lip and cheek shades, right? Because that's why they're called lip and cheeks. On the cheeks, they stay really well. On the lips, they're not super long lasting, but they're very, very beautiful and you can mix and match them. And if you get one of the teeny tiny palettes, like I think it's called the Demi 6, it holds like, it's like this size and it holds 3 of these little pans right here. But anyways, look, this is the color Nude and you can apply as much or as little as you want. So because it's cream, it will go a super long way. So I want to use this color as an example to show you. See how dark that is? But look. Look how it melts into the skin, and look how dark it isn't. So do you see what I mean when I say these colors look dark, but they're really, really not? It's crazy. So when I color match you, do not be shocked, do not be surprised if I match you to a color like, let's say, Royal. Royal is a super, super dark lip and cheek shade. See how it's really, really dark? It looks crazy, right? But I want to show you it on the lips. This is that super, super dark color. Do you see how these colors are really, really misleading? They are super misleading. Like, I hate to say it, but they are. They're really misleading. So when I color match you, I might need you to just be like, okay, she knows what she's doing. I need you to think of it this way, right? When I sell this makeup, which I'm super, super passionate about, because if you know my story, you know I know what it's like to feel like the ugly girl. I was the ugly fat girl my whole entire life. No one believed in me. Everyone told me I'd never make it. I'd never do anything. I'd never be a PI, all these things. So whenever I started selling this makeup, I hated it because I was like, I don't want to sell stuff, right? But anyways, now that I do, and I see how many women love it, like, please remember that I earn commission when I sell this makeup, right? So if you're a happy customer, you're going to keep buying the makeup. And when someone sees your face, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, your makeup is so beautiful. Where'd you get it? And you're going to be like, oh, Mackenzie, go see Mackenzie. And this is my job, right? So I need you to keep that in mind. So when my customers are happy, then it's better for me, number one, because I love the personal connection. I just feel like more women need that, and I feel like that's what's missing in, number one, in the world, number two, in direct sales, number three, with women in general. We should be lifting each other up, and a lot of us don't. Like, it's hateful. It's a hateful world out there. Let me put on some illuminator. Anyway, so please keep in mind that, like, if you are not happy and if I do not do a good job, that's my job. Like, that's my job. Like, that's my paycheck. That's all my things, right? So I need you to know that, like, not only am I passionate about it because, yeah, like, you know, I feel like women aren't given enough credit, and I feel like women don't lift each other up enough. So not only that, but it's a paycheck too. So if you're not happy, then my paycheck sucks. So please keep that in mind. Like, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's true. Like, it's true. So that's why I make sure, number one, my customers are happy. But number two, if you're not happy, then that means I'm not lifting you up enough as a woman. And so it's really, really important to me that, like, I sat for 12 or 15 years or something in my car by myself doing makeup, learning makeup, when I felt like I wasn't good enough. And I did it in my car because no one could see me. I was in my car doing surveillance all alone because that's where I wanted to be. No one could make fun of me there. No one could tell me I'm ugly. No one could do anything to me there, right? So I just need you to know that I know what it's like to not feel confident and not feel pretty. And I feel like makeup is a great way to kind of just enhance some of our naturally beautiful features that we don't see as naturally beautiful, but you can just enhance your look without caking on makeup. So this is, see how simple and pretty that is? It adds a little bit of glow, a little bit of shimmer without being like crazy over the top. So I used my main, oh, thank you for listening to the podcast. I'm so glad. There's a new episode out today because it's Monday. So I hope you like it. So main foundation shade, a brightening. So we call these highlights. So a main highlight and a brightening highlight, a contour shade, which is like creates the shape, a blush color, an illuminator, which kind of adds that little pop of shimmer right here, a setting powder, which kind of blurs right here in the T-zone. See how pretty and easy that is? And it's not super heavy. It's not caked on. You can still see my skin. There are not layers and layers and tons of whatever. It doesn't settle in your lines and wrinkles. It's just a really, really beautiful makeup. So please trust me to color match you. And whenever you text me also, like if you just text this number down here, I pinned it or whatever, how long does it take it to learn how to use what? Once you get your makeup and you put it on your face, like it takes a couple times and you're like, oh, because at first, and what I experienced was I was like, I put it on like my regular makeup and I was like, oh my God, it's so cakey. There's so much, because it's not like liquid. So when you realize that only need just a teeny tiny amount to blend a whole area, then you start to learn, like, you know, you're like, oh, so after a couple times, once you see that like you really don't need that much, it's really, really cool. So once you get your colors, you have my text number by that time. Like, you have my phone number. Just text me and be like, hey girl, like, I don't know about these colors, or am I doing this right? Or, hey, I need help, or whatever. I will we can still chat, and I'll be like, oh, let me see how I can help you. So that's where I excel, is with my customer service, because I thrive on that personal connection with my customers, with other women. Like, I'm just someone who loves connecting with other people. It's just like my favorite thing to do. So I've never had like a group of girlfriends to just like, you know, kick around with and hang out with. So that's what I love about like selling makeup and hanging around all you women, is that like you guys everybody's just so kind and loving towards one another here. And I think everybody knows this is a zero tolerance zone. So, but anyways, join my beauty group on Facebook too. If you want to be surrounded by a bunch of really great women, those girls are awesome. And like that's a place you can really learn more about the makeup and how, you know, other women use the makeup based on their needs and everything. So like another woman with dry skin will be like, oh, this is what I use and this is what helps me. And so you'll really learn a lot. How to use the color corrections. I will actually tag you in a Demi color corrector video I did. I just screenshotted it, so I'll tag you. I'll find that video and tag you. But it's basically just like the color correctors are basically just, you pick one or two of these based on what you need. So like age spots and melasma, you can use like pimples, under eyes, whatever. I'll help you figure out exactly which color you need to cancel out your discoloration. And that's what I'm here to help with. So I'm going to go pick up my son from school, but please message me, or you can comment match here. Do hashtag replay if you watch the replay. I'd love to see if you pop in, and I'd love to help you find confidence in makeup again, because that's what I say again, because we in 8th grade we learned, and then somehow along the line we kind of lost it, right? But I'm here to help you find confidence in makeup, and I'm confident that I can do that. So please count on me to do that for you. I love you guys. I hope you have a great day. Get a color match, because the color match is free, and I'd love to help you. Oh my gosh. Hi, Charlotte. Thank you so much for saying hi. I can't wait to meet you. And thank you for listening to the podcast too. Demi color corrector on my eyes. Oh, Nikki, that's so smart. Nikki, will you do a video on that so I can share it? I would love to share it with my customers. Color correctors scare the crap out of me. Girl, I got you. Don't worry. Will you text me? Because I could help you, like, one-on-one, help you figure those out. Okay, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.